Hey guys, welcome back. So I'm going to try to get the flight review in today for the HDRC D8 drone. It's kind of really dreary today. We have a big batch of rain moving in. As I mentioned in my previous video, it's just so hard to get anything up in the air right now because of the weather. So I'm going to try to fly this. There's a little bit of a drizzle, but that shouldn't affect the drone as long as it's just a very light drizzle. So I've got it bound up with the controller and the app. Now the app's called, I think it was called the, let's close it here and I'll get the name of the app. It is the Go Sky app. So I'm going to open it back up and hope that it rebinds to the camera, and it does. It doesn't seem to have a whole lot of lag. Seems pretty good. Now I did fly this a couple of days ago, but I didn't get the full flight in because of the weather. So I flew it about 4 minutes. It flies pretty nice. I think it's advertised to have around a 20-minute flight time, I think. And don't hold me to it, I think it was somewhere around there. You should be able to get 15, I think, with no problem. The biggest problem, as you guys can see here, is this camera. It tilts down permanently, so you're getting the ground, which makes this FPV flight, as you can probably see here on the screen, not going to be very easy to do. So it's mostly just going to be for recording video. I'm not going to worry about trying to actually fly it by FPV. So let's go ahead and we'll set it down here, and we'll go ahead and take it up here for our test flight. Like I said, I'm not going to fly it to full flight time, I don't expect. Just get it a few minutes, let you guys get an idea how this guy flies. Seems to be pretty good, and the video is not bad either. It's just that it's aims down. That's probably my biggest complaint with this drone. Let's go ahead and sit on the ground, and I'm going to go ahead and start recording the video, and we'll see if we can get it synced up here. And go ahead and do an auto takeoff. Now that's in the lowest rate. I believe it has 3 rates. The yaw can be a little bit too touchy on this. So if you're not an experienced pilot, keep it in the lower rates because the yaw does increase in speed. Go up to the middle rate. It's a little bit odd, the yaw, and there's the highest rate. It's almost like it kind of spins a little farther than the input you give it on the controller. All I could really say is it's kind of touchy. I'm going to give it a little forward trim. It could be that there's a little lag, which you get with these Wi-Fi FPV flyers at times. So if you get it out of ways, I mean, just be cognizant of that it may spin around really quick on you, and then you could lose your orientation. Now, the lights on this, I don't know if I mentioned it in a table review or not, because it was more of an unboxing and review all in one. It's red in the front and blue in the back. I'm going to try not to give it tons of pitch because that's just going to make it, the ground, it's just going to film the ground even more. But really there's not much you can do. The only thing you can really do, I'll show you here, I'll bring it a little closer. I'm trying to keep out of the drizzle here so I don't, see, look how quickly that turned around. So I don't get any water on the lens of my camera. You give it reverse pitch. See there, then you can get the trees. This would be fine if you needed something that you did a lot of, wanted to film like your rooftop or something, but it doesn't seem very like reasonable that you'd need something like, you'd want a professional drone for that. But I mean, I just can't really think of any reason why they had the camera pointing down. My guess is lots of times these engineers making these think, well, we don't want to get the props in the video. And that's true, but I'll take props any day over filming the ground because I can't see where I'm flying. Especially if I'm flying this in an area where I was less familiar with the landmarks. Here I can kind of tell because I'm used to my neighborhood, so I know about where I'm at, and of course I can see it line of sight, but you're not going to fly one of these out of line of sight anyway. But this is not the first drone that does this. I'd say about half of them seem to do that. Ideally you'd like one that has a adjustable tilt like the Eachine E58 that Brian sent me. That's going to be one of the next ones I'm going to review. That's actually how you really like it. Then you can temporarily put it down if you want to. I don't know why they don't think of that. Let's see if we can do a few 360 flips here. Now these videos lots of times get out of sync because the frame rate is different from my head cam, so I don't know how much I'll have to edit this up, but lots of times the flip ends up being way out of sync with what actually is going on with my head cam. Let's give it a forward flip. I mean, the flips are not bad at all if you like to do flips. I'm not like a huge 3D flipper because they're hard on it's hard on the motors. I know a lot of you guys like it. Not bad at all. In fact, it flies long and it flies well. I mean, I don't have any problems with the way it flies except for that kind of funky yaw, but just be careful. Don't give it a bunch of yaw input. Just barely tap it. And so you can ease it around there. Let's bring it over here and do an auto landing. See how that works. Should be really good at that. That's a really, really nice auto landing. So let's go ahead and just go ahead and take off again. So we got about 4 minutes now of flight. This is about how long I flew it the other day. The video does record at 720p, like I mentioned in the unboxing review. They claim it's 5 megapixels. I did not believe that. It's not utilizing it anyway, at least in the video. You're not going to get that good of a still. It's just going to give you a video still if you take a picture. I think my phone app said the actual video was 0.9 megapixels, but that's just what the 720p I guess is recorded in. I'm not a real expert on the megapixels and how that translates, but you know, 5 megapixels should easily be able to do 1080 video. Of course, it depends on the rest of the hardware can actually keep up with that higher resolution recording. And you know, you're recording over the Wi-Fi here. You're not recording the on an SD card on this drone. So don't fall for the 5 megapixel gimmick on that because it just doesn't seem to matter. You're recording 720p, no more than 30 frames per second here, probably 24 to 30 in that range. None of these record over 30. I'll take it up here a little higher and see if we can. I don't want to get it too far away. Had these kind of drones fly away before. It's slow. It's kind of a slow. And see, it's wanting to. I'm gonna bring it back here. Oh, see, I got my orientation mixed up a little bit because of that yaw. There we go. You know, sort of flying towards the trees. And bring it back. I wanted to get it up high, but there's a little more wind up there. I wanted to see if I could get a little. Oh, well, that wasn't good. We just lost. Oh, my app crashed. It seems like a while ago when I was doing this, and it's raining a little harder now, the drone seems to be fine from that, I think. And that's good. The app crashed on it, and I think that's what caused it to. If the app crashes and the battery bay is knocked open, but I think the drone looks to be okay. If the app crashes, that makes me think maybe I may have lost the video too. So that's unfortunate. So these drones, sometimes the app crashes on these. They tend to, you know, it just kills the motors, which that's really not a good thing to have it do that because, you know, the apps are going to crash. See, my phone's restarting. What happens, and I was getting ready to say this right when this happened, because my phone's got power buttons and controls on the sides, it causes my phone to sometimes shut off, and I mean, that's what's happening now. First it closed the app, then the app was open, but I lost my video feed. And then it just crashed to the ground. Most phones don't have this. I have a funky foreign phone. Look, it's just going crazy. And that's what caused this. If you have your buttons on the top and bottom, this won't be an issue for you. I am afraid, though, I may have lost the video. So I probably put a note in the video and let you guys know if it's not there. But we'll try to, you know, wrap this up anyway. Overall, not a bad drone. Don't let that app issue. My phone's just going crazy now because of the controller pressing on the power button on the side. I may have to use a different phone for drones like this now. Alright guys, that should wrap this review up. Apologize it didn't work out too well. I was kind of cramped for time. I said the video's not bad, but it really is kind of pointless because you're filming the ground. So in the end, you know, you just more be interested in this drone for, you know, just a line of sight flyer and not something you're going to film with. All right, guys, sorry that the review wasn't the best, but I said it's the conditions and the fact that it turns my phone off. Alright guys, be sure to subscribe if you're not a subscriber. I really do appreciate the subscription. And be sure to click the bell so you know when I upload a new video. And as always guys, have a good day.
The power of the dark side.